Mother-in-law is my husband's second wife. Story time. When my husband and I started dating, we'll call my husband Zach, I had never really talked to his mom, but I was very much aware that she knew about me and I knew about her. I had seen pictures, but I had never met her. I had never met her because of some traditional practices that I wasn't allowed to meet my soon-to-be mother without the consent of the adults. My mother-in-law obviously gave birth to the most amazing man. This is why he's my husband. During the period of me and Zach dating, obviously his mother would say hi to me on the phone through Zach, but me and her never really directly talked. Zach would always tell me how his mother can't wait to meet me, and honestly, I couldn't wait to meet her because who gave birth to this amazing man? Eventually, after Zach engaged me, of course I had to meet his mom. My engagement was definitely beautiful, and actually Zach told me that his mom helped plan everything. Honestly, I was proud of her. When Zach told me that his mom helped plan the engagement, he actually mentioned to say that his mother is also willing to help with anything that I would need help with during the wedding planning. Of course, I was doing everything. I didn't have a wedding planner, so obviously I told him, oh, no problem. And I was trying to be a good daughter-in-law. No problem. If I need help, I'll let her know. For sure, it was time to plan the wedding. During my wedding planning, of course, I'm a Miss Girl, so Mom and I literally did most of the things, but I was shocked that the girl's mom started asking to come with us when we were running errands for the wedding. But of course I felt it was weird because I was not very comfortable with her and we didn't talk much, so why was she requesting that she should be around during my wedding errand? But mothers, my mom always said, no, it's good bonding time, she can come along whenever she feels like. Until this one day when she officially crossed the line. On this day, I was supposed to shop for my wedding dress, and my mother-in-law requested that she comes along. That's my mother-in-law, so I don't expect her to see my dress. At least so I thought. Trust me, that day I tried to come up with all the excuses I can think of in the world, but this woman did not budge, so we had to go with her. This I told my mother that I didn't want my mother-in-law to see the dress. We made a plan that while I tried on the dress, I would go with my friends, then they would be waiting in the lobby while we did our thing. So it meant my mom and my mother-in-law won't see the dress at all. I felt bad because I'm my mommy's girl and I really wanted my mom to help me pick the dress, but no, that couldn't happen because my so-called mother-in-law wanted to be present for everything. Thankfully, I successfully chose my dress without my mother-in-law seeing it, but when I was about to get the dress, then the drama happened. I had specifically told the shopkeeper to keep my dress in a black bag because remember it was not for hire, I was actually buying. So I wanted it to be in a black bag so that when we left the shop, my mother-in-law couldn't see the dress. But there were no black bags available and it had to be in a colorless bag like those laundry plastics. So immediately my mother-in-law sees what's in the plastic. She says, is this the dress you have settled for? So I go like, oh yeah, this is it, because I don't have to be rude. Remember, she's my mother-in-law. So I say, oh yeah, this is it. And then she goes like, I think we need to pick another dress. At this point, since she was controlling most of the things like the venue for where the wedding will be, and honestly, my mother just told me to hold back on everything. It's just an event. It's going to pass. I knew that at least I wanted to have power over the dress that I'm going to wear, so I wasn't letting her have this one. Because I was not trying to be rude, I asked the shopkeeper that we go back and try to look for another dress. So my plan going back there was to tell the shopkeeper that she should tell my mother-in-law that that's the only dress that was going to fit me. And luckily, she stuck to the plan. When we got out, the shopkeeper told her, unfortunately, this is the only dress that can fit her, so she has to go for this. So my mother-in-law went further to say, don't you think we can wait for another dress since the wedding is not happening right now? We can wait and see if maybe they can order other dresses that you can come and pick from. I don't really like this one. So I just look at her and I have no words. My mother can tell that I'm about to blast, so she just intervenes into the situation and tells my mother-in-law, you know what, dresses are difficult to find, let's sit with what we've already found. My mother saves the day at this point. I would complain about these things to her son, but he would always tell me, maybe it's because I'm the only boy getting married, so maybe she feels some sort of a void. This is why maybe she's trying to come help the situation. She's just trying to help you. She's a really sweet woman. So when he says that, honestly, I feel it's a bit encouraging, but I would have preferred that he stands up for me because she was a bit much. She had to pick my venue. Now she wanted to pick my dress. She chose the day of the wedding because apparently her other days were busy. She was busy with other things, so we had to settle with a day that she wanted. I tried to talk to my soon-to-be husband, Zach, but he didn't do anything about it, and he suggested, you know what, let's just do what she said rather than us going back and forth. The wedding passes, and it's on the day that she chose, of course. I'm officially Zach's wife. This is where I faced the real problems. After our wedding, we didn't live in the same city as my mother-in-law, but one day she came visiting, and her reason for visiting is that she had a flu and she would rather spend time with her sons. Of course, baby boy, Mr. Zach, wanted to spend time with his mother as well, so he asked me, please let her come, she's not feeling well, and the reason was a flu. I didn't think that's a reason enough that a married woman should leave her home and come to stay with her son because she's got a flu. But anyway, I let it slide and I let her come. When my mother-in-law comes, the first thing is she looks at my kitchen and goes like, oh, this is your kitchen for a young lady. I don't think this is very pretty. I'm thinking, woman, what do you even know about aesthetics? Whether my house is pretty or not, I don't think she is the rightful person to tell me about it or to even say a thing about it, because this is my house. I wouldn't do that at anyone else's house, let alone hers. Why does she think she can do that at mine? So everyone that comes to my house always mentions how beautiful it is. So she's the first person who says that. Then I know she's obviously just on some BS. She visits a month after us getting married. In my opinion, I think that's too early. We are still a very young couple. Why should I be keeping my mother-in-law? I find it very hard living with my mother-in-law because everything that I do she has to control. From what we eat, the channels we watch. I'll be watching TV. When my mother-in-law walks in, she'll change the channel. Of course, I know I'm supposed to give her that chance to watch whatever she wants to watch, but we can do it in a nicer way, right? On a few occasions, my mother-in-law has actually walked into our bedroom while me and my husband were doing what married people should be doing. This was becoming so bad until one day I was forced to answer her. By profession, I'm a makeup artist, so I have a makeup case where I keep all my things. This case is in my bedroom. I don't know how my mother-in-law found herself in my bedroom. I'm sorry, but you have to go to part 2.